Boeing, a name synonymous with American aviation, finds itself at a crossroads. For decades, the company has been a symbol of innovation and engineering prowess, connecting people and continents. Today, however, Boeing faces an unprecedented crisis, a perfect storm of safety concerns, financial losses, and production delays that threaten its very foundation. The challenges are multifaceted, stemming from a series of missteps, internal struggles, and external pressures. The iconic manufacturer is grappling with the loss of public trust, a shrinking market share, and mounting debt. The once mighty giant of the skies is now fighting to regain its footing and restore its reputation. The stakes are incredibly high. Boeing's fate has far-reaching implications, not just for the company itself, but for the entire aviation industry and the global economy. Thousands of jobs, countless travel plans, and the future of air travel hang in the balance. The world is watching to see if Boeing can overcome these turbulent times and reclaim its position as a leader in the sky. At the heart of Boeing's woes lies a series of safety concerns that have shaken public confidence. A string of incidents involving the company's flagship aircraft, the 737 MAX, has cast a long shadow over its operations. Two fatal crashes in 2018 and 2019, resulting in the loss of 346 lives, exposed critical flaws in the aircraft's design and raised serious questions about Boeing's safety culture. These tragedies were compounded by revelations of a whistleblower who alleged the use of faulty parts in the manufacturing process, further eroding public trust. The whistleblower's claims, coupled with reports of lax oversight and pressure to prioritize profits over safety, painted a troubling picture of a company that had lost its way. These allegations were further substantiated by a series of incidents involving the 737 MAX, even after its return to service. An emergency landing in January 2024, caused by a loose panel, highlighted the persistence of quality control issues. Similarly, a 2023 incident where a 737 MAX fuselage blew a hole on an Alaska Airlines flight underscored the need for a comprehensive reassessment of Boeing's safety protocols. These incidents, combined with ongoing investigations and congressional hearings, have placed Boeing under intense scrutiny. The company now faces the daunting task of not only addressing these specific safety concerns, but also rebuilding its reputation and regaining the trust of regulators, airlines, and the flying public. Adding to Boeing's woes are significant setbacks in its space program, particularly with the Starliner capsule. Designed to ferry astronauts to and from the International Space Station, the Starliner program has been plagued by delays and technical glitches. A high-profile incident in June 2024 where two astronauts were left stranded in orbit due to a fault in the capsule dealt a major blow to Boeing's space ambitions. The Starliner debacle has raised concerns about Boeing's ability to deliver on its commitments in the increasingly competitive space industry. The company faces stiff competition from SpaceX, which has successfully launched multiple crewed missions to the ISS. Boeing's struggles with the Starliner program raise questions about its technical capabilities and its ability to compete in the new space race. These setbacks have not only tarnished Boeing's reputation, but have also resulted in financial penalties and delays. The company has had to invest significant resources to address the technical issues with the Starliner, further straining its already stretched finances. Boeing's space program, once a source of pride and innovation, has become yet another area of concern for the beleaguered company. The company must now work tirelessly to overcome these challenges and regain its footing in the rapidly evolving space industry. Boeing's string of crises has taken a heavy toll on its financial health. The company has been grappling with mounting losses, dwindling cash reserves, and a growing debt burden. In the first 9 months of 2024 alone, Boeing reported a staggering $8 billion loss, a stark illustration of the depth of its financial woes. These losses are largely attributed to the grounding of the 737 MAX, production delays, and the costs associated with fixing the aircraft's design flaws. The COVID-19 pandemic, which caused a sharp decline in air travel, further exacerbated Boeing's financial woes, forcing the company to slash production and cut jobs. To stay afloat, Boeing has been forced to take on significant debt. By June 2024, the company's total debt had ballooned to $53 billion, fueled by a combination of bank loans, bond issuances, and stock sales. This heavy debt load has raised concerns about Boeing's long-term financial stability and its ability to invest in future growth. The financial pressure is mounting. In addition to the debt, a 7-week strike by over 30,000 unionized workers in 2024 cost Boeing an estimated $5.5 billion in lost production. The company's credit rating has also taken a hit, downgraded to just above junk status, making it more expensive for Boeing to borrow money in the future. Boeing's financial troubles are a symptom of its deeper operational and strategic challenges. The company must find a way to stem its losses, reduce its debt, and restore investor confidence to secure its long-term future. Section 5: Falling behind, production delays, and the Airbus challenge. Boeing's production woes are further compounding its challenges. The company has been struggling to ramp up production of its key aircraft programs, including the 737 MAX and the 777X, resulting in significant delivery delays. These delays have frustrated customers, eroded market share, and added to the company's financial strain. The 737 MAX, once Boeing's cash cow, has faced a particularly difficult path back to production. After a nearly 2-year grounding following the fatal crashes, Boeing has struggled to regain its production momentum. In 2024, Boeing delivered only 260 of its 737 MAX jets, a far cry from the 602 A320neo deliveries made by its arch-rival Airbus. The 777X, Boeing's next-generation wide-body jet, has also faced significant setbacks. Originally slated to enter service in 2020, the 777X program has been plagued by technical issues and certification delays, pushing back its entry into service to 2026. These delays have given Airbus a significant advantage in the wide-body market, allowing it to secure valuable orders and market share. Boeing's production struggles are partly a result of its own internal issues, including supply chain disruptions, quality control problems, and a shortage of skilled labor. However, the company is also facing stiff competition from Airbus, which has capitalized on Boeing's stumbles to expand its market share and solidify its position as a global leader in the aviation industry. To regain its competitive edge, Boeing must overcome its production hurdles, accelerate deliveries, and win back the trust of its customers. Failure to do so could have long-term consequences for the company's market position and its ability to compete on the global stage. Section 6: Internal upheaval, a company divided. Behind the headlines of safety concerns and financial losses lies a company grappling with internal upheaval. A toxic work culture characterized by low morale, fear of retaliation, and a lack of trust in leadership has permeated various levels of the organization. Employees have expressed concerns about pressure to cut corners, prioritize production over safety, and silence dissent. This internal strife has manifested in a number of ways, including high turnover rates, declining employee morale, and a rise in whistleblower complaints. The company's decision to cut 17,000 jobs, roughly 10% of its global workforce, in an effort to reduce costs has further exacerbated anxieties and fueled uncertainty among the remaining employees. The erosion of trust within Boeing is particularly concerning. Employees at all levels, from engineers and mechanics to pilots and executives, have expressed skepticism about the company's commitment to safety and its willingness to address systemic issues. This lack of trust poses a significant obstacle to Boeing's efforts to reform its culture and rebuild its reputation. Addressing these internal challenges is crucial for Boeing's long-term recovery. The company must create a work environment where safety is paramount, employees feel valued and heard, and ethical behavior is rewarded. A cultural transformation is essential for Boeing to move forward and regain its footing as a leader in the aviation industry. Section 7: The shadow of the 737 MAX. Looming over Boeing's present and future is the long shadow of the 737 MAX. The two fatal crashes in 2018 and 2019, which claimed the lives of 346 people, continue to haunt the company and serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of its failings. The 737 MAX, once a symbol of Boeing's engineering prowess, has become synonymous with corporate negligence and a disregard for safety. The aftermath of the crashes has been long and painful. Boeing faced intense scrutiny from regulators, airlines, and the public, leading to a 20-month grounding of the 737 MAX, the longest in commercial aviation history. The company has spent billions of dollars to compensate victims' families, settle lawsuits, and implement design changes to the aircraft. Despite these efforts, the 737 MAX remains a source of controversy. The plea agreement involving fines and court-appointed supervision related to the crashes, currently under consideration by a federal judge, has been met with criticism from some quarters who argue that it does not go far enough to hold Boeing accountable for its actions. The legacy of the 737 MAX will continue to shape Boeing's future. The company must demonstrate that it has learned from its mistakes, implemented meaningful changes to its safety culture, and earned back the trust of the flying public. Only then can Boeing hope to move beyond the shadow of the 737 MAX and reclaim its place as a leader in the aviation industry. Section 8. A new pilot at the helm. Can Kelly Ortberg right the course? In the midst of this perfect storm, Kelly Ortberg took the helm as Boeing's CEO in 2024. Ortberg, a seasoned executive with a reputation for decisiveness and a focus on operational excellence, faces the daunting task of steering Boeing through these turbulent times and charting a course for its recovery. Ortberg has made it clear that his top priority is to restore trust in Boeing. He has pledged to prioritize safety, improve transparency, and foster a culture of accountability within the company. He has also outlined plans to address Boeing's financial challenges, streamline its operations, and regain its competitive edge. However, Ortberg's task is far from easy. He inherits a company grappling with deep-seated problems, a skeptical workforce, and a wary public. Skepticism remains about the pace and depth of change under his leadership, with many observers believing that a more radical cultural shift is necessary to truly address the root causes of Boeing's crisis. Ortberg's success hinges on his ability to translate his words into meaningful action. He must demonstrate a genuine commitment to safety, empower employees to speak up about concerns, and hold those responsible for past mistakes accountable. His leadership will be tested at every turn as he navigates Boeing through this critical juncture in its history. Section 9. A long road to recovery, the future of Boeing. Boeing's future hangs in the balance. The company faces a long and arduous road to recovery, one that will require a fundamental shift in its culture, a renewed focus on safety, and a relentless pursuit of operational excellence. The stakes are high, not just for Boeing, but for the entire aviation industry and the global economy. Despite the challenges, Boeing's survival is not in doubt. As one half of the global duopoly in large jet manufacturing, alongside Airbus, Boeing holds a strategically vital position in a market with high barriers to entry. Governments around the world, particularly the United States, have a vested interest in Boeing's continued success, given its importance to national security, technological innovation, and economic prosperity. However, survival is not enough. Boeing must aspire to more than simply existing as a diminished giant. To reclaim its position as a leader in the aviation industry, Boeing must earn back the trust it has lost. This will require a sustained commitment to transparency, a willingness to address its shortcomings, and a genuine embrace of a safety-first culture. The road ahead will be long and challenging, but Boeing has the potential to emerge from this crisis stronger and more resilient. The company has a long and storied history of innovation, a skilled workforce, and a global brand that still carries weight. If Boeing can learn from its mistakes, embrace change, and prioritize the values that made it great, it can chart a new course for the future and reclaim its place in the sky.